I'm going to work to add a little bit of wind protection to the MT-03. On my track day video, you saw that I had this small deflector installed. This really goes on larger motorcycles on a large windscreen as additional deflection and wind protection, but it worked pretty well. I made these little custom brackets and then I attached it to that, and this really helped take wind off my chest but still kept smooth airflow to my helmet, especially because you can adjust the angle of this. But I'm experimenting with an MT-03 specific little windscreen, little Flyscreen from Fat Express is the name of the company, on Amazon, and I'm not sure what it looks like yet. This is the first time I open the box here. So there's some instructions, some hardware, and the little Flyscreen itself. I picked the clear one because I want to make sure I can see through it clearly, but the tinted one that they also offer probably looks nicer. This isn't completely clear, it's got a little bit of a tint to it. So it's going to go mounted about like that. So this is quite a bit smaller than this deflector, I think. Similar height maybe, but not as wide. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work versus the custom deflector I made before. So you got the windscreen, a couple of brackets, a couple of bolts, rubber grommets, spacers, and some nuts. Okay, looks like everything is here. Let's remove the existing fasteners. See if I can get everything done with this little multi-tool. You gotta get the brackets on the windscreen first. There is a threaded insert in these rubber grommets. Okay, that makes sense. Let's assemble this. So it's not clear from the diagram, but I'm going to assume this rubber grommet is installed like this. So the rubber is touching the back of the screen. And then there's a plastic washer here, the spacer, and the bolt. We actually want the bend to go towards the bike, so like this. Let's try this again. Pop the rubber grommet in there. Bolt with the plastic washer here. Got the bolt, the plastic nylon spacer or washer, the screen, and then you got this nut with the rubber grommet. And as you tighten this, see the rubber grommet starts expanding and tightens against the screen here. Yeah, that makes for a nice, tight, secure feeling sandwich here. I think it's important not to over tighten it though. Now, same thing on the other side here. It looks pretty solid. Now, these bolts are longer than the originals. Now you can cap these to make them look neater. Now it's just a matter of getting these into the original holes. See how these line up. So this one goes through like it should. This other one, the hole, okay, there we go. Let's get one started. Okay, I think it's threaded in, but yeah, you have to kind of flatten out the screen here to get the second hole to line up here. Let's see. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So it does look like there's enough of a gap here that these smaller bolts are not damaging the plastic or the bike. There's enough of a gap there. So I don't know, it's quite a bit smaller than I expected. It does allow for some airflow underneath, which kind of helps keep things smoother, I think. But you know, it's just a tiny little lip here, which I think is going to be a smaller impact than what I had here before. But we'll see. I'm going to test it out today, see if this is enough of a kick to get some wind force off my chest and still have a smooth airflow in my helmet. Without any kind of wind protection, you really start feeling a lot of pressure on your body at about 65 miles an hour. As you go up to 70, 75, you really feel you have to lean into the wind, scoot back on the seat. And I'm hoping with this, I'll be able to cruise at 75 instead of 65 without feeling excessive force on my chest and still getting a smooth flow on my head. We'll see how it goes a little bit later today. If you find this type of content useful, please consider subscribing and hit that like button to be notified of future content.